Hi everyone, and Happy New Year. It is Melissa Simcox from By Mimi with Love. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. It's about 10:30, almost 11 on New Year's Eve, and I'm crafting. Probably what I'll be doing for most of the year. And tonight, guys, before it gets any closer to midnight, I want to share with you guys how I make my flip book. If you watch my video with the stuffed envelope, I told you guys I was going to show you how I make a flip book. This is my flip book. I have the front here, turn here, flap here, deep pocket here, and on the back is a flat pocket. If I am putting it in a stuffed envelope, I'm going to use this flat pocket. If I'm just gifting a flip book, I'm going to use a deep pocket both in the middle like I have here. You can see that little 1/4 inch gusset there. And it, like I said, if I was just gifting a flip book out of a stuffed envelope, I would use the same type of pocket on the back as well, because you can just load so much more in your flip book. Sometimes I add more flaps, but whatever I do with my flip book, I always start with this base. And this is the base I want to show you guys tonight, is how I do this base. I will also share with you, on my paper here is all the cut paper that you need. And then this is the pattern paper that I use once I get my base made to cover the flaps and the pages as well. All of the measurements are here if you want to pause this and take a picture of the measurements. I always start with this base, and then I may add or whatever. Okay, so let's get started. What we need is 1 6 by 11 inch piece of paper. That's another thing I like about this gift book. This flip book. You can use 8.5 by 11 for the base. So I need 6 by 11. Then I need, for my inside flap, I need a 4 3/8 by 5. Then for my two pockets, for my middle pocket, I need a 4 by 6. And for my back pocket, I need a 4 by 5.5. Okay? So I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces to make this with. So it doesn't take very long, right? Okay, once I have cut my paper, I've also got on here exactly where to score at on each piece. Hold on just a second, guys. Okay, I'm back with you. Sadie needed a little assistance there. Okay, on our 6 by 11 sheet of paper, on our 11-inch side, we are going to score at 4.5, 4 3/4, and 9 3/8, and 9 5/8. Okay, let's just go ahead and get all of our scoring done so we can put our scoreboard up. Okay, on our flap, which is our 4 3/8 by 5, we are going to score on our 5-inch side at 1/2 and 3/4. Okay. Then on our middle pocket, which is our 4 by 6, on our 6-inch side, we are going to score at 1/2 and 3/4. And then we're going to score at 5 1/4 and 5.5. We're going to rotate once to our 4-inch side and score at 1/2 and 3/4. Okay. Then we're going to do our last pocket, which is the 4 by 5.5, and we are going to score at 1/2, 5, turn it one time, and 1/2 again. So you've got a 1/2 inch score line around 1, 2, 3 sides. Pretty standard pocket. Okay, now we can get rid of our scoreboard. And we're going to simply make our folds. Okay, we're going to start with our 6.5 by 11. Definitely want to burnish our folds. Burnish all 4 score lines. What's everybody doing tonight? Nothing, something great. As you can see, I'm crafting. All right, there is our base. And I do like to round the corners on the outside flap here. As you can see, that's, that's what I've done with this one. I've rounded the corners. Okay. And then next we need to do our pockets. This is the 4 by 6. This is the middle pocket. And before we do our score lines, fold our score lines, we are going to cut out this little square right here. Remember, this is our deep pocket. So we need to go ahead and get rid of that little box. And do the same thing on this side, guys. Getting rid of that little box. And then go ahead and burnish your score lines. Because as you can see, we're going to make that deeper pocket. Okay. Do the same thing all the way around. Burnishing all your score lines. Okay, there is our pocket. At this point, if I was going to use magnets or notch it, I would probably glue on my pattern paper, my designer paper, before I do my magnets or my notching. Like this is notched. So I would probably, go ahead and put on that pattern paper first so the notching looks a little better. Then we need to burnish our score line on our flaps that goes over the pocket in the middle. And we want to make sure we trim off the sides. I always do that now because I'm so bad to forget to do that. If you trim off the sides, then the pattern paper will hide all that, and it looks so much better. But it's got that little 1/4 inch gusset to go over the pocket. And then I also will round the corners on this flap as well, okay? And then our last is our back pocket. And we're just going to burnish our score lines on all three sides. And then, since this is a flat pocket, I like to cut out these corners so we have less bulk. And I like to trim this edge. Now, I didn't trim the edge on this pocket, the middle pocket, because I like for it to have that extra support up here since it's the one with the gusset. Okay, so there's all our pieces. Let's get rid of our mess I got going here. And we are ready to glue our pieces in. And we're going to start with our inside middle pocket. And what I like to do, guys, is go ahead and glue down just these edges before I glue the whole thing to my flip book, because it's a lot easier to manage these and get a nice square. You see what I mean? If I glue these edges down first. And I like for that to be nice and square and want it to look really smooth. And I'm going to just stand it up right here and take my little bone folder and put it in there and help it glue good and tight and where I want it to be. Okay. And like I said, at this point, if I'm going to notch it, of course I would go ahead and put on my pattern paper, but you can do it with, there goes your notch. And this is ready to glue right into our flip book. I got glue dripping and running everywhere. It's all right. This is the glue from the Dollar Tree, the Beacon fabric, not fabric, the Beacon poster. I use the Beacon fabric as well. It's excellent glue. And we're just going to put that right flush in the middle of those two score marks, all the way down, flush with the bottom of your book. And that gives you that thick pocket right there in the middle, which I really like. The thicker pockets when I am doing a flip book. It gives me more options with what I want to include in the flip book. Okay? Now we're going to come in with our flap. And we're going to glue it on right over top. And that's why I cut those edges off, because I always forget to before I glue it. And this, clipping those edges off will allow your pattern paper to hide your flap. So we're just going to want that right in the middle of that. And once again, just flush with the top of the flip book right there. You see what I'm doing? And I'm going to open this and secure that right there. Got a little glue going on right there. Take care of that problem real quick. And there's our flap. Most of the time I would either put a Velcro or magnet right here. But you really don't have to because your book stays closed like this. So nothing's going to fall out of that pocket. But I usually do. But you really don't have to put anything on that flap if you don't want to. Okay? Then we're going to flip our book over. And we are going to put on our back pocket. And this time I am for sure going to do it if you forget on the middle pocket, it's not so bad because you can fit your punch down in it. But if you forget on the back, you've just pretty much lost the opportunity because this one fits flat. This pocket does. So we're just going to get this one on here. One thing I like about using this glue and this flip book, in fact, is like when I send it to somebody, they can either use it for pictures or stationery or something, or they can just reuse it and send it out to somebody themselves. So we're just going to go right here on the back and put our flat pocket down. There we go. And that, my friends, is a very quickly done flip book. That I think looks great, works great in my stuffed envelope. Easy to do. You could add flaps. You can do whatever you want to, right? Okay, let me put my glue up before it completely runs out. But I love it because you can do whatever you want to with it. You can make it much more complicated, believe me, than I've done right here. So, but the thing that I love about this one is it will fit in the that back pocket of my stuffed envelope, right? Which is what I wanted, all right? And I've already made the one for my stuffed envelope. I haven't decorated it. I haven't put anything, I haven't loaded this flip book or anything. But I've got the base and the pattern paper on. And I've got the measurements for the pattern paper right here. Okay? This is the pattern paper. If you want 2 of the thicker pockets, you just double it. But the flat pocket and the pattern paper measurements are included right there. And this is the flip book that I actually made to go with this stuffed envelope, and it fits in there, and it is gorgeous. Now you see why I left off that thick back pocket, because I wanted to have room to fill up the flip book, and it still fit in this pocket well. Okay? So here it is. This is the flip book that I made to go with that. I've got the same Heidi Grace paper collection. It is the Urban Boulevard collection. And it opens like that. Oops, got it upside down for you guys. It opens like that. And then it opens like that. Now I have started it. I created this little, or altered this little library card envelope. Then here's that flap, and I've got a magnet on it. So here's that flap. I've got both sides of the flap with pattern paper. Here's that deep pocket. And then that just closes. I've got a magnet closure right here. And then here's my back flat pocket, okay? And this is going to go out in this stuffed envelope in the back. Okay? And I also wanted to show you guys one I've made that, is a little bit different. Because like I said, I always start with this base. It's easy, 15 minutes, it's done, you got it. I love it. But you can always do more with it. Okay? Here is another flip book, and I haven't decorated it either. But same base, okay? But with this one, I don't have a magnet closing it. I've got a ribbon closure. And it just slides right out there, and you unwrap it, kind of like a tin notebook or something. My ribbon is attached right here. And then, head upside down again. This gorgeous bow. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. And then this opens like this. And you can see it's the same design, except for on this one, I have added an additional flap. And here is a little place for an additional embellishment or whatever, note, whatever you would want to do. And then that comes up like that, and there is a magnet. But on this side, where the deep pocket is, this time I used Velcro. And there's my deep pocket. And I don't have it notched. So you can change them up any way you want to. I mean, that's so cute with that pocket and I mean, you can put another flip here, and you can put another flip there. I mean, you can put all the flips you want to put. But I do like this one. I think this is that haberdashy paper from the Paper Studio Hobby Lobby. I just think it's gorgeous. But see how pretty that is? And I didn't put a magnet. I used a ribbon closure. And then on the back is the flat pocket again. So as you can see, you can really, I mean, it's just up to you what you want to do with these. But like I said, I always start with that base. I'm so used to it, I can cut one out in no time. And they always look good. It always fits. The paper always fits. The pattern paper always fits. And I love it. And that's it, guys. That's my flip book. I hope you can use this. I hope you guys like this. And if you do, please leave me a comment. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And please leave me a thumbs up. And everybody have a happy new year. I am so ready for 2021, and I know we all are. So yay! Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Guys, we'll be talking to you from Virginia. Bye-bye, guys. Happy New Year.